Hello, my name is Patrick Casterly. I'm the Design Studio Coordinator at the University of Ibadan in Ibadan, Nigeria, and I work for Rice 360 Institute for Global Health Technologies. And this lecture is on plagiarism and citations. Plagiarism is taken quite seriously in an academic setting. It's defined as using someone else's words or ideas without completely documenting or acknowledging their work. Plagiarism is trying to take someone else's work and pass it off as your own. This can be done by, for example, taking a block of text from a resource, copying it and pasting it in your own report, and then failing to put that block of text in quotations and attributing an author to those exact words. And plagiarism is quite serious in that if you intend to work in academia, it can destroy your academic reputation. And in certain circumstances, if you're guilty of plagiarism, you can actually be expelled from your institution. So it should be taken quite seriously. But the good news is that it's actually quite easy to avoid plagiarism. You can simply avoid plagiarism by citing a resource if you quote, paraphrase, or summarize a work. If you're using quoted material, simply put that quoted material in quotation marks and then identify the source from where you got that information. Or if you're summarizing or paraphrasing information, you'll also want to put a citation. And then even if you're using examples like stories or creative ideas that are not original to you, you should use citations. So in summary, if you're ever in doubt of whether or not you're plagiarizing someone's material, simply put a citation to prevent yourself from being accused of plagiarizing someone else's work. So there are several different styles of academic citations. There's the MLA documentation style, which stands for the Modern Language Association, and this is most commonly used to write liberal arts and humanities papers. There's also the APA documentation and style method, which is the American Psychological Association, and this is usually the type of citation style used for social sciences. And then there's the IEEE documentation and style approach, which is the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers. And this is most commonly used for engineering, computer science, and information technology papers. And a great resource for learning about each of these different types of citation styles is the University of Pittsburgh library system. If you follow the link on the slide, you'll learn how to cite in each of these three styles. So citations are actually composed of two different components. There's the in-text component, and then there's the works cited component. And in your text, as you're writing out your design report, you'll want to include in-text citations. And there are two different ways you can do this. You can have a parenthetical in-text citation or a narrative in-text citation, and you'll see an example on the next slide. But in the parenthetical in-text citation, you want to include in parentheses information about the resource where you got your information. So in this example below, this is the APA style of citations. And in the APA style of citations, you're supposed to put the name of the author as well as the year of publication. And the second component of a citation is the works cited page. Sometimes this is called the reference page. And in the case with the APA style of citation, for the in-text citation, you have the name of the author and the year of publication. And this is a reference to the more detailed bit of information found in the works cited page. So for example, in this journal article, which is being referenced, in the works cited page for the APA style of citations, you have to include the author, the year of publication, the title of the article, the title of the journal, the volume and issue of where the article was published, as well as the page numbers and the digital object identifier, which is a string of numbers, letters, and symbols, which is used to uniquely identify a document and provide it with a permanent web address. So this is the type of information that you'll need in a works cited page if you're citing a journal article, for example. So in this slide, I provide you with an example of a citation according to the APA style of citations. And on the left-hand side of this slide, I provide you with a couple in-text citation examples. So you'll see an example of a narrative style of in-text citation. If you look at the top, it says, in Tao and al.'s 2015 study of Chinese immigrant mothers, etc. That's one style of in-text citation done in the narrative sense. And if you go down to the bottom of the same block of text, you'll see a parenthetical in-text citation, where the same document, Tao and al.'s 2015 study, is cited, but in this case, it's not in a narrative sense, it's in a parenthetical sense. So at the end of this block of text, it says, other samples including a range of first generation and second generation immigrant families, and the citation is given to Tao and al. in 2015. And on the right-hand side of this document, you'll see the Works Cited page, or the reference page. And the in-text citation refers to the details which are described in the Works Cited page in more detail. So if you look down at the third entry on the Works Cited page, you'll see the Tao and al. 2015 study, which is referred to in the text. And you'll also notice that on the Works Cited page, all the entries are organized in alphabetical order. And avoiding plagiarism is actually quite simple. All you have to do is simply cite the resource where you found your information. One time you have to create an in-text citation in the body of your text, in the body of your report, and that refers to the entry which can be found on your Works Cited page or your reference page, where the detailed and structured entry is located for each one of your cited resources. And as you can see on the Works Cited page on the right-hand side of this slide, you can see that for this journal article, there are many dozens of works cited that the author used to create their report. And in your own design report, there may be many works cited as well. So whenever you're in doubt about whether or not you're borrowing someone else's ideas or words, all you have to do is create a citation and then put the citation in the Works Cited page. And thank you very much for your time.